tragedy in Smyrna being felt really all across the nation this morning as many honor and remember the Blue Angels pilot Jeff Kuss, killed in yesterday's crash.
Now Navy investigators are trying to figure out just what went wrong. Kimberly Davis is live near the crash site this morning. Kimberly, many are calling Captain Kuss a hero.
Jennifer, that's right. A lot of people are calling him a hero because where he crashed this plane 200 yards away from the apartment homes right behind me. The crash site is also near the elementary school that's nearby, and it appears that Captain Kuss sacrificed his own life in order to save others. Now, we have received some video from a viewer online, and a warning, some people might find this video alarming or even disturbing. As you can see, it's very dramatic. That's the moment when that plane went down. A lot of people were in the background very upset about what happened because this is a tragedy. And according to United States Navy officials, all 6 Blue Angels were practicing for this weekend's air show when the FA-18 Hornet Blue Angels aircraft crashed shortly after takeoff. The Blue Angels jet crashed around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon near the Smyrna Bowling Center and Nissan Drive, killing Captain Jeff Kuss. The 5 other aircrafts were in the air at the time of the crash and were able to land safely moments after. Before yesterday, there have only been 26 Blue Angel pilots killed at air shows or training exercises. The most recent death was in 2007 when Lieutenant Commander Kevin Davis was killed in a crash in South Carolina. Now the FAA has taken over this investigation. Investigators are actually on scene right now trying to determine what went wrong and caused this deadly crash. But for now, we're going to continue our coverage and go over to Sky 5. That's where Henry Rothenberg is this morning, continuing our coverage. Henry?
Right now, and it's a scene that's just very kind of somber to look at. Yesterday I had the privilege of being in the air with the Geico Skytypers, and a rare treat, I was in the air at the same time the Blue Angels were in the air. Now these are the most elite aircraft in the world. When they fly, nobody else gets the airspace. They have it to themselves to do their incredible maneuvers. Everything that they do in show, they rehearse over and over again. There are strict restrictions when it comes to flying when the Blue Angels are in the air. And unfortunately, as you can see, something went terribly wrong yesterday. I know that when I was in the air with them and when I was even on the ground watching them, everything appeared to be fine. In fact, I saw them stepping up to the plane again to get on board and, of course, go through their maneuvers, which ended tragically for Captain Kuss. But you have to really look at this big picture here. Captain Kuss, sadly the only person lost in this, but it could have been so much worse. You have the apartment community that he missed by just a couple of yards there where he managed to crash into the field, and you have all the warehouses and businesses around. You have that school nearby. You have, of course, that bowling alley nearby. So this could have been so much worse, and regardless, a very tragic situation. We're live in Sky 5, Henry Rothenberg, News Channel 5.
All right, Henry, thanks for that perspective there. And you're exactly right. I spoke by phone with Smyrna Mayor Mary Esther Reed yesterday. She's out of the country, but she said, you know, these guys are trained to land or try to get the plane into an area where it's not heavily populated. And as tragic as it is, she readily admits it could have been so much worse. And we want to give you an idea. If you're not familiar with the area, this is a look at what Sky 5 was just showing you. This is the crash site right here. And you see there's nothing really around here, whereas just down to the south, a heavily populated neighborhood. Same over here, and of course homes back over here. This is of course North Lowry Street and Sam Ridley Parkway right here. This is the airport right here. It's believed that the pilot was heading this way on takeoff, and then once he realized perhaps there was a problem of some sort, this is really about the only area right there where he could have put that plane down where it's not heavily populated. Of course, dozens of people were out watching those pilots practice, and they looked on helplessly as that plane started to go down.
You just see all the smoke and all this fire and just calamity everywhere. And people are hopping over the fence. The police are hacking down the fence. You could just see the fire and the debris. And it was just a horrible sight. And, you know, my heart goes out to the family of that pilot. Boy,
she is not alone in those thoughts. This morning we are learning more, though, about Captain Jeff Kuss. Kuss is a Colorado native. He joined the Marine Corps back in 2006, and he became a member of the Blue Angels in September of 2014. And he had amassed 1,400 flight hours. He had earned numerous awards, including the prestigious Strike Flight Air Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, and various personal and unit awards as well. Captain Kuss was only 31 years of age. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Jennifer.
And last night, a huge crowd came together at Lee Victory Park in Smyrna to honor and remember Captain Kuss. Those paying tribute carried candles and American flags. They said prayers and remained silent for 6 minutes. A symbolic number is Kuss was Blue Angel number 6. Members of the community told us they thought it was important to come together to make sense of such a terrible tragedy.
This is who Smyrna is. You know, we want to be able to honor the memory of the pilot and do whatever we can to just show our support as a town of Smyrna with the air show and with the Blue Angels. That's what we're doing tonight.
A tribute is in the works to honor Captain Kuss at the Great Tennessee Air Show this weekend. As soon as we get details, we will share them with you. And the air show will go on this weekend despite the tragedy. The executive director of the Smyrna Rutherford County Airport made that call after speaking to the Blue Angels and the other performers. Again, however, the Blue Angels will not be performing.
And of course, our coverage of this tragedy continues throughout the morning here on air and on our website. Just go there for more pictures and videos being sent to us by our viewers. You can download our News Channel 5 app for the very latest updates as they come in. And of course, as the investigation now by the FAA is underway, we'll update any information that we get from them.